Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today we're going to be continuing 50 years of horror fiction with the year 2007. And we got 5 books here. Boy, I almost lost my train of thought there. Sorry about that. Anyway, we got 5 books for the year 2007, so let's go ahead and get this show on the road, shall we? Alright, first up, we've got HeartShaped Box, and this is by Joe Hill. Judas Coin is a collector of the macabre, a cookbook for cannibals, a used hangman's noose, a snuff film. An aging death metal rock god, his taste for the unnatural is as widely known to his legions of fans as the notorious excesses of his youth. But nothing he possesses is as unlikely or as dreadful as his latest discovery, an item for sale on the internet. A thing so terribly strange, Jude can't help but reach for his wallet. I will sell my grandfather's ghost to the highest bidder. For $1,000, Jude will become the proud owner of a dead man's suit, said to be haunted by a restless spirit. He isn't afraid. He has spent a lifetime coping with ghosts of an abusive father, of the lovers he callously abandoned, of the bandmates he betrayed. What's one more? But what UPS delivers to his door in a black, heart-shaped box is no imaginary or metaphorical ghost, no benign conversation piece. It's the real thing. And suddenly the suit's previous owner is everywhere. Behind the bedroom door, seated in Jude's restored vintage Mustang, standing outside his window, staring out from his widescreen TV, waiting with a gleaming razor blade on a chain dangling from one bony hand. And that is HeartShaped Box, and that's by Joe Hill. Alright, next up we've got Dead Sea, and this is by Tim Curran. When the crew of a lost freighter find themselves trapped in a gruesome dimension of sea monsters, ghost ships, and the undead, it's up to them to locate the USS Lancet and convince a nearly insane physicist to help them return home. And that is a very brief synopsis for Dead Sea by Tim Curran. Alright, next up we've got The Grin of the Dark. This is by Ramsey Campbell. Once upon a time, Tubby Thackeray's silent comedies were hailed as the equal of Chaplin's and Keaton's, but now his name has been deleted from the history of the cinema. Some of his music hall performances before he went to Hollywood were riotously controversial, and his last film was never released. But why have his entire career, I'm getting tongue-tied here, and all his films vanished from the record? Simon Lester is a film critic thrown out of a job by a lawsuit against the magazine he helped to found. When he's commissioned to write a book about Thackeray and restored the comedian's reputation, it seems as if his own career is saved. His research takes him from Los Angeles to Amsterdam, from dusty archives to a hardcore movie studio. But his research leads to something far older than the cinema, something that has taken a new and even more dangerous shape. Ramsey Campbell has found terror in the lure of cinema before, in the parasite and ancient images, and now he turns to the silent era. Lon Chaney once invited us to contemplate opening our door at midnight to be confronted by a clown. Just hope you never find Tubby Thackeray there, or just as nightmarish on your television or your computer. That is The Grin of the Dark by Ramsey Campbell. And that synopsis is a good reason why, before I start reading these synopsises, I need to check the grammar on them, because whoever wrote this synopsis, they left out commas, they left out periods. I had to figure this out for myself. It's like, where does one end and the other begin or whatever? Anyway, next up, we've got Dreadful Skin, and this is by Cherie Priest. I ducked into a niche between a cabin and the pilot house and hiked my skirt up enough to reach down into my garter holster. I've heard it said that God made all men, but Samuel Colt made all men equal. We'd see what Mr. Colt could do for a woman. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Here we go. Jack Gabert went to India to serve his queen. He returned to London a violently changed man, infected with an unnatural sickness that altered his body and warped his mind. Eileen Callahan is left an Irish convent with a revolver and a secret. She knows everything and nothing about Jack's curse, but she cannot rest until he's caught. His soul cannot be saved. It can only be returned to God. In the years following the American Civil War, the nun and unnatural creatures stalk one another across the United States. Their dangerous game of cat and mouse leads them along great rivers, across dusty plains, and into the no-man's land of the unmarked Western Territories. Here are 3 tales of the hunt. Reader, take this volume and follow these tormented souls. Learn what you can from their struggle against each other, against God, and against themselves. And that is Dreadful Skin. That is by Cherie Priest. All right. Okay, next up we have got You Don't Scare Me by John Farris. Jubilation County, Georgia, 10 years ago. Chase Emmerich was 14 when her mother married Crow Tillman. Maybe it was his creepy name or his sinister good looks. Maybe it was the glass eye with the bolt of lightning for a pupil that he kept covered with the black eye patch. Or maybe it was the rattlesnake tattoo that curled around his left wrist onto his hand, but for some reason, Chase never trusted Crow. Then one terrifying night of horror proved what Chase had felt all along. Crow Tillman was pure evil. New Haven, Connecticut, present day. Crow Tillman is 10 years dead, but he hasn't stopped haunting Chase Emmerich. Everyone she's ever been close to suffers horrible fates, leaving Chase all alone in this world. Haunted by Crow, she has spent the last 10 years of her life proving mathematically that a dimension lies unseen in our reality. One where the dead can inflict their will on the living. A netherworld of horror where Crow Tillman is in complete control. Adam Cameron is a campus cop and he's utterly smitten by Chase's frailty, beauty, and genius. But getting close to Chase drags Adam into a world he didn't bargain for and head-to-head with the essence of evil and the reality of death. There is only one way to get Crow Tillman to leave Chase alone. To battle him, you must first die. And that is You Don't Scare Me. And it's by John Farris. And that's going to do it for the year 2007. So, until next time, take care and stay scared. Bye-bye.